Well, yes, it seems in the end that the Supreme Court had some doubts about exactly what is going on in that case. Hank Skinner himself has been claiming for years now that he is innocent, that another man killed his girlfriend and her two children, and he thinks that the DNA testing could indeed prove it. The problem for Mr. Skinner is that the governor of Texas is extremely conservative. He's a Republican, and he didn't want to hear any of his arguments, really. So in the end, it's the Supreme Court, the highest court in the United States, that decided merely 45 minutes away from the execution. Hank Skinner himself was just steps away from the table where he was to receive the lethal injection. In the end, it's at that moment that the Supreme Court decided to say, wait a minute, we need to think about this case a little bit closer.
So DNA testing is crucial potentially for this man in this case, Guillaume. Is he likely to get the DNA test that he's requested?
Well, in fact, we're not there yet. What the court is saying is that they need more time. They need to think about whether or not they want to take that case and see at that stage then only whether or not DNA testing is necessary. The problem for Mr. Skinner is that his lawyer years ago refused to conduct DNA testing in that case, and it's only later on that Mr. Skinner decided that maybe DNA testing could do something for his case. The problem is that the justice in Texas doesn't want people to change their mind after there's been a trial. If there's been a trial and DNA testing were not conducted then because the client didn't ask for them, really, there is really no reason for the justice in Texas to come back on its own decision. So that would set a precedent, and that is why the Supreme Court needs to think about it, because if they open that case again, of course, many other people could go to the Supreme Court and ask for the same treatment. So it could be a case that would have very, very heavy consequences, and this is why the Supreme Court needs more time to think about it.